So I just started rereading Genesis, and it made me seriously question several things that we've been taught in school. For example, dinosaurs roamed the earth millions of years ago before humans would have been created. So they would have roamed the earth millions of years ago before humans, and then they would have been extinct millions of years. This is their claim. This is what scientists claim, that they would have been extinct millions of years before the first human. That completely contradicts Genesis 1. So in Genesis 1, we see in the beginning of God's creating the heavens and the earth, when the earth was astonishingly empty, with darkness upon the surface of the deep, and the divine presence hovered upon the surface of the waters, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. So if the earth was astonishingly empty and it was pitch black, it was up until day one, it was pitch black. You couldn't see nothing. It was dark. How were dinosaurs able to see? And the earth was astonishingly empty. There was nothing there. Before the Most High created, there was nothing there. These pictures that I'm seeing with the sunshine and clouds and them just galloping on grass, there was no grass. And I know some people will say, oh, but the creation days, they may not be 24 hours between each day. There could be some time in between each day. So, for example, some people think, oh, well, it was day one, and then day two could have been 1,000 years later. Day three could have been 1,000 years later after that. But we know that that's not true. Based on the 10 commandments, the fourth commandment is remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. The Most High created heaven and the sea, and the Most High created heaven and earth and the sea and all that is in them. The Most High created for 6 days. He rested on the seventh day. So therefore, we work 6 days and we rest on the seventh day. That is a commandment. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. If we're expected to believe that each creation day had a time lapse in between, and it wasn't 24 hours in between each day, if we're expected to believe that, literally that means that no man on earth would be able to no person on earth would be able to keep the Sabbath day. But that is a commandment, to remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Have y'all ever thought about that? I mean, and you know what? I don't care what kind of exhibits that they got in these museums of dinosaur fossils and all that. I don't care what they say. These people will go through great lengths to try to discredit the Most High. And that's a fact. So if we go to the third day, so this is still Genesis 1, this is day 3. So God said, let the waters beneath the heaven be gathered into one area, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. God called to the dry land earth, and to the gathering of waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. So if we know that on the third day God said, let the earth sprout vegetation, herbage, yielding seed, fruit trees, yielding fruit each after its kind, containing its own seed on the earth. And it was so. Where does that tie in dinosaurs? Like, where? If all their food would have been created on day 3, nothing was created before day 1, what were they eating? I mean, it's like for real, the jokes literally do write themselves at this point, because I'm just like, y'all still think that we are back in slavery and we don't know how to read. Y'all never expected for us to be able to read. And now that we are reading, now that we can see through this BS that they're trying to feed us, and when I tell y'all that I don't accept nothing dinosaur, nothing, because in my opinion, they're trying to discredit the Most High. When they try to give my kids dinosaur stickers and stuff, I'm like, oh, no dinosaurs, no dinosaurs, nothing. I don't support it. I don't support these wicked people always trying to scheme. And if we know that on day 5 and day 6, so day 5, the sea giants and every living being that creeps, with which the waters teemed after their kinds, and all winged fowl of every kind. So if we know that they were created on day 5 and day 6, let the earth bring forth living creatures, each according to its kind, animal and creeping thing and beast of the field, each according to its kind. And it was so. God made the beast of the earth according to its kind, and the animal according to its kind, and every creeping being of the ground according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. So I don't want to hear that they were created on day 5 or 6. I don't want to hear that, because according to Google, according to these scientists, they're claiming that dinosaurs and humans didn't coexist. So if Adam was created on day 6, and let's say that dinosaurs were created on day 5, that means they would have coexisted. If dinosaurs were created on the 6th day, and Adam was also created on the 6th day, they would have coexisted. They wouldn't have been extinct millions of years before Adam. They would have coexisted. So that claim is false. We don't see any mention of dinosaurs in the Tanakh. And, another point I wanted to make is, if we're led to believe that dinosaurs were created either on day 5 or day 6, and we know that Adam was created on day 6, and we know that the Most High brought all the animals to Adam so that he would name them, doesn't that mean that Adam would have named the dinosaurs? Do we see any mention of dinosaurs leading up to the ark? Leading up to Noah's ark? When all the animals were brought forth into the ark, two of its kind, male and female. Do we see a T-Rex going on the ark? Do we see a Colossaurus going into the ark? No, we don't. We sure don't. So we have to ask ourselves, what do they have to gain by lying to us about dinosaurs? What are they trying to hide from us by lying to us about dinosaurs? If you want my opinion, this is their attempt to substantiate their BS claim of their theory of evolution. If you want my opinion, this is their blatant attempt to discredit the Most High. We already know what Genesis 1 says. In the beginning, when the earth was unformed and dark, that means that no dinosaurs could have possibly existed prior to day 1. We need to stick to the word of the Most High. Don't let these gaslighting liars deceive you. All praises to the Most High.